Boxing Truth here. Let's talk about Naoya Inoue, the monster. He's not acting like no monster when it comes to cigarette Sor Rungvisai. Inoue is nowhere to be found, showing no interest whatsoever in unification with cigarette Sor Rungvisai, the man in the 115-pound division, the man to beat in the super flyweight division. Inoue is fighting in showcases, cherry picking in the WO rankings. He hasn't really fought a strong competition of opponents ever since he first won the WO strap in the super flyweight division. Out of all the participants of the super fly, Roman Gonzalez, Carlos Cuadras, Sigrid, and Juan Francisco Estrada, those guys are fighting each other. Those guys are presenting stronger resumes in the 115-pound division. And the monster is hiding in Japan, cherry picking within the WO rankings, fighting none of these legitimate guys, top guys in the 115-pound division, and is now showing no interest in fighting Sor Rungvisai in Unification, which is a very significant fight in the super flyweight division, if all goes according to plan. If both of those guys keep continuing to win their fights in between, and it's going to be backed by an American network. HBO is going to be involved. You're going to have HBO money on the table, and all I'm hearing from the Monsters team is about moving up to 118 pounds. Now, what's up with your boy? What's with this moving up talk? Boxing Truth is not pleased with these reports about this moving up to 118-pound division in the very near future. Where was this talk of moving up when you was planning to fight Roman Gonzalez? Didn't hear too much of that talk. You went on HBO, you got showcased, fought the weakest opponent among the candidates, among the fighters that were featured on that card. Got your little showcase out the way, introduce yourself to the American public, show some good punching power, explosiveness in the left hook, the 1-2. And you got out of there in, I wouldn't say a very worthy opponent, not even top 5 in the WO rankings by the time you're beaten. You fought a couple of mandatories, I give you credit for that. But your best win so far during this run of your title defenses in the WO at 115 is David Cremona, who's a good fighter. But that's your best win. Not too much to scoff at. And you're not really acting like a WO king right now with these quality of opponents. Not fighting the Francisco Estradas, the Carlos Cuadras, the Sigrid Sor Rungvisai of the world. Your team is talking about moving up to fight Luis Nieri. Seems like you don't want no smoke with Sor Rungvisai. Inoue, what's up with that, man? You do look explosive. You do look like a premier talent. Knockout power in both hands, great body punching, especially with the left hook. You still got some things to work on. There are some holes in that defense, especially when you unleash those power shots. Haven't seen the opponents you fought that really take advantage of those. Not much of the opponents you fought have had any type of firepower to really compete with you. So Rungvisai has that firepower. He's got that right hook that could ice you when you're going for that body shots with the left hook. He's got that work rate. He's got that strength. But I don't know. That's, to me, much more significant fight, much more bigger fight, since HBO will be very interested in airing that fight, televising the rights to that fight. And all you have to do is continue to win and stop talking about this moving up nonsense when you got plenty of business to take care of in 115-pound weight class. Seems like you just want to cherry pick a belt, make a couple of defenses, then move on up and wait when there's still fish to be fried in the current division that you're at. You won a WC strap at 180 pounds, made one defense, moved up to fight Navarez, who was an aging champion. You had an impressive performance against him, and you've had a line of defenses that's not really up to par when it comes to a WBO king. I don't know what's going on with this moving up talk. I don't know how it is on the other side of the world. Maybe you guys could fill in. Are their team even talking about unifying the titles at 115? Or are just content with just making a defense, fighting on the Superfly card in February, if all goes well against this next opponent that you're fighting, who is not a worthy contender? That dude ain't shit, the next guy you're fighting. You're fighting a Frenchman. How many Frenchmen can really fight in this game? Trash opponent. It's a little showcase. That's the second showcase in a row. Hopefully you step things up if you participate in that Superfly card. But who knows, maybe you might not be involved. HBO would like you to be involved. But you're talking about this moving up to bantamweight. To possibly fight Luis Neri, who still has business to settle with Yamanaka. But he's a young champion, still developing his craft, still trying to establish himself as a legitimate champion, still trying to build up some experience. So to me, it's an easier out for you to fight a green young champion still trying to develop himself into a better fighter, instead of fighting a finished product in Sor Rungvisai in his absolute prime at 31 years of age. Man strength fully kicked in. Seems like your team don't want that work. Don't want no smoke. Sor Rungvisai, maybe he's too strong for you. Maybe you got too much dog for you. Maybe you just don't have enough experience, which is why your team is talking about moving on up. Be very disappointed, Inoue, if you decide to bypass the unification with either of the champions. At least give me a unification with Manny Pacquiao's fighter. I mean, can you do that, man? Can you give me that unification before you move on up? He's not a bad fighter. That was a pretty good performance Khan just had against Conlon in a recent card. Dispatched him with ease. He wasn't a worthy contender though. But give me one unification, bruh. Instead of moving on up to take on easier work. I don't know, man. Looks like you ducking Sor Rungvisai. Y'all let me know what y'all think. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.